Yo, what is going on, guys? I am so excited and happy to finally be able to make this video. I have been wanting to tell you guys about Cosmic Ghost Rider for just like the last 10 days, man. This dude is insane. Oh my god. I have never had this much fun playing a new champion ever. I am so excited for this guy. I'm literally going to get him no matter the cost. I'm going to spend all my units on him. I'm going to save all my 6-star shards so I can get this guy because I got 2 tier 5 cosmic catalysts. Dude, this guy is so dope. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking all about why he's so dope, showing you how he's so dope, everything like that. This video is not clickbait. I don't care what anyone says. Cosmic Ghost Rider is the best champ of 2020 so far. He is the second best cosmic champion in the game, only behind Corvus. That is the only champion he's behind. He can out damage Corvus easily, but Corvus's utility is just slightly put. He's got that keeps him at the #1 spot for now. The Cosmic Ghost Rider is a close second in the cosmic class, dude. He is ridiculous. So why is this guy so good? Let's talk about it. So first of all, something that is awesome. When I first read his spotlight, they said his block proficiency was pretty good. That's what they said. And I was like, well, what the heck does pretty good mean? So I looked at it, and it's 72.5% on a 565. 72.5%. So, and I was like, okay, well, how good is that? Let me compare it to Dr. Doom, who has insane block proficiency. Dr. Doom, I love his block proficiency. Doom's is only 70%. So, Cosmic Ghost Rider's block proficiency is better than Dr. Doom's, which is, having good block proficiency is so important, man. It's so good. So that's great. In his base abilities, he has an alright health pool. He has pretty much a very similar health pool to Corvus. If we compare it, just put this to Cosmic. As a rank 5, let's see Corvus' health pool. Yeah, 29,778, and Cosmic Ghost Rider is 29,778, the exact same health pool. So that's funny, actually. Now, as far as his synergy goes, the great thing about Cosmic Ghost Rider, he is not synergy reliant at all. Not at all. All of them do something kind of unique and kind of cool, but he doesn't need any of them. The only synergy that would be worth really bringing along, I think, is with Night Thrasher here, and it increases the armor break debuff duration by 35%. Why that's good is because when Cosmic Ghost Rider can stack up his armor breaks, that's where he can really get his big windows of just ridiculously high burst damage. So being able to just increase that window by making the armor break debuffs longer, that's why the synergy is the best one. But again, it's not needed. It's completely not needed. You can still get a very sizable window of big damage in with his standard armor break. So synergy is just nice to have. There's one here with Man-Thing that gives you an unstoppable on your heavy charge, which is nice, but not needed. This synergy is actually pretty good. I can see bringing this like Alliance War. The first time your opponent reaches max power, you drain 5% of their max power and trigger a power lock debuff for 2 seconds. So that could be pretty good in war. And then there's another one here with the other Heralds that lets you... Basically, how you can use this is you can start the fight, dash back for 1.2 seconds, and it'll make that the next judgment you try to trigger, it won't trigger, but you can still trigger the corresponding buff. So you can use this for the power gain, start the fight, do this, trigger the power gain with a 5 combo, and then it doesn't activate the judgment, and then you can do it again. So you can activate the same buff twice through this, but again, totally not needed. And then with Ghost Rider, that increases the buff duration on the first buff that you activate if you have no judgments. Again, nice, but again, totally not needed. So let's talk about his actual ability. So what makes this guy so good? And does he need to be awakened? He 100% does not even need to be awakened, which is awesome, man. This dude does not need to be awakened at all. All the awaken ability is going to do is it's going to basically, when you reach 5 judgments, it's going to take the power lock debuff that you normally apply and change it into a damnation debuff, which power locks them, heal blocks them, and fate seals them. So it can be useful for if you need to heal block an opponent, like a Sabretooth, get rid of his regen, or if you have a buff heavy opponent, can drop their buffs. But again, totally not needed for just his standard playstyle and everything like that. Doesn't even need to be awakened. And if you awaken him, Sig level 1 will be sufficient, because all increasing his Sig ability will do is just make it so that the damnation debuff deals more damage, which is, it's not much damage. It's pretty useless. So Sigging him up, Sig 1 is good to go, dude. Doesn't even need the Sig, so that's awesome. Now, let's talk about this guy's passive. So he has some solid immunities right off the bat to bleed and incinerate. So, that makes him more suicide friendly, which is great. He also has another niche piece of utility here. While fighting #villain champions, at the start of the fight, you place an armor break debuff on them and it's permanent. So against Killmonger, as long as he's not armor break immune or debuff immune, or something like that, you're going to have him permanently armor broken for the entire fight. So you never have to worry about reverberation, and that's for every single villain. So against, let's say, Ghost, she'll never be able to phase because she'll be permanently armor broken. So Ghost is going to suck against this dude. But now, Cosmic Judgments. So basically how Cosmic Ghost Rider works is he's similar to Mystic Ghost Rider with the judgments and everything. And so he has access to 8 possible judgments and 8 buffs. Each buff corresponds to a judgment. When you trigger that buff, you trigger the judgment. And it can be a buff from anywhere, from a node or from a certain matchup, like let's say Ebony Maw, he gives you a Fury buff that's like increases your damage by 0. That would trigger one of Cosmic Ghost Rider's judgments, for example. So he has 8 of these, and there's, when I was first reading these, I was like, there's one for like getting hit, and I was kind of worried, but yeah, there's a few that you're not really going to be using too much, like the L1, you're never really going to be using that judgment in normal fights, and the getting hit one, hopefully, that's more of a defensive one. And it's what I love about Cosmic Ghost Rider is he's so controllable with the judgments, and once you learn how to play him. So once you get a judgment, the next judgment that you trigger, the buff is going to be 20% longer, which is great. So, you kind of want to save your really good judgments for last. And once you reach 5 judgments, you place the Power Lock debuff on the opponent, or if you're awakened, the Damnation debuff. And then once that expires, you can re-trigger your judgments. Once you trigger a judgment once, you can't trigger it again, unless you have that synergy for like getting the double buffs. But yeah, so there's all kinds of different ways to play Cosmic Ghost Rider, and in the gameplay I'll talk about a little bit what I like to do and explain what I'm doing and everything like that. But basically, let's go over his judgments. So there's one when you get attacked to get an armor up buff. There's one when you end a combo with a medium attack, and the getting hit one's just an armor up buff, which isn't that big of a deal at all. The finishing combo with a medium attack gives you vigilance, which prevents you from missing, which in most fights won't matter. So this is a really easy just throwaway judgment just to get the stack going. This is usually the first one I always trigger. Then there's finishing a combo with a light attack. This gives you a power gain buff. This is a fat power gain buff, man. It gives you 75% of a bar of power over 1.25 seconds. And so if you save this one and you increase the duration, it gets really long. And any judgment at 5 or higher that you trigger in that order, they're going to be doubled in duration, which is huge, man. So you really want to save your really good buffs for 5th, or because you can go above 5, but you only have a short window of time to get them, because once the Power Lock debuff expires, you're going to lose all your judgments and you're going to have to start over. So another judgment is on heavy attacks that you can apply, and it's a aptitude buff, which increases the potency of armor up, fury, cruelty, and precision buffs. This one's good to get off just before you drop an L3 to increase the potency on your fury buffs. I like to do it that way. And then the first time you throw a special attack, you get a cruelty buff. The special one, you get an unblockable buff. Again, this one's useless because it's not like you can stay unblockable. It's just like, it's a very short buff, and you can't really even make it that long. So the L1 judgment's pretty much useless. Never really want to use this one in most fights. The L2, this is going to be the key to playing Cosmic Ghost Rider. This is what makes him so skill-based and kind of justified in his ability to do insane, ridiculous damage. Like, you're going to be able to see a good Cosmic Ghost Rider player versus an average Cosmic Ghost Rider player with the L2. Now, what I mean by that is, how I said that any buff will trigger the judgment. It doesn't matter where it comes from. So one of Ghost Rider's, no, not one of, his most powerful judgment is on the L2 here, the Judgment of Precision. You activate a precision buff, increasing critical rating by 8,400 for 10 seconds. That 8,400, that is an insane amount of critical rating. That's like what Stealth Spidey gets. That's higher than Stark Spidey at max poise. So you are critting like 4 to 5 times per combo. Like, you are critting a ton. And if you save this one for last, you can make the duration on this one up to 30 seconds. You can get that up to, because you can increase it by 100% and then another 100%. So you can get it up to 30 seconds. That's a long time where you're just critting a ton. And, you can reset your judgments in that time and just get it going again. But the big big but here is you have to get that special 2 off without dexing a single time, because if you trigger dexterity, you're going to get a precision buff. And that's really the big problem with that. Now the L2 also places armor break debuffs, which is great, increases the damage even more. And then the special 3 is a way to get a big fury buff, increasing your attack by quite a bit. It's more than your base attack. For 15 seconds, again, you can get this one up to 45 seconds. So you can get a really good duration off the Fury buff and the Precision buff, which I think are the 2 most important buffs to get long durations on. Then you can also get an aptitude from the Heavy to make them even stronger. So did a lot of talking. Normally, I try not to talk too much in the start of these videos, but I'm just so excited for Cosmic Ghost Rider. There's a lot of information, and I really want to teach you guys how to use him, because it's a lot. You really got to play with him to really start to understand. It took me I read through his abilities like 5 times, but I didn't really start to understand until I played him. So I'll show you guys some gameplay, and then it'll make a lot more sense when you're seeing what I'm doing. And seeing is believing, as they say. Get ready for some insane damage. Okay, so before we get to the insane, ridiculous gameplay, one thing I just wanted to share with you guys was a very cool piece of utility that Cosmic Ghost Rider had that I haven't seen anyone else talk about, and I had to figure it out myself. It's not even listed in any of his abilities anywhere, but his mediums don't make contact, so he's actually a Korg counter. As you can see, we're taking none of his thorn damage, so that's cool, you know, just non-contact mediums to counter Korg's thorns. It's great, for sure, why not? Now, what I see a lot of people saying on my videos is, you know, that's not impressive. That's a 6-star ranked 3 with suicides. You know, that I see comments like that all the time. So I'm like, all right, you know, Cosmic Ghost Rider, just to prove how good this guy is, I took off suicides. I don't have a single synergy on my team, and we are about to destroy this Winter Soldier. This is just straight up Cosmic Ghost Rider. No synergies, no suicides, no boosts, no nothing. So I don't want to see those comments on this video, man. So we start the fight, we go for the 5 combo, we get the Vigilance buff. You can see under Winter Soldier there, that little skull icon, that's our judgment. So I have 1 of them, now I have 2 of them. So that I did the 5 combo, ending on a medium, and I did heavy for aptitude. Now I drop my special 2, and you see I get the cruelty buff and the precision buff. And we got that precision buff because we haven't dexed a single time yet in this fight. So now we are at 4 judgments, and then I finish a combo with a light attack to give me the power gain buff, and that puts us to 5 judgments. So our judgments are all about to fall off, and we're about to restart. We're about to get a bunch of armor breaks, but I wanted to get that power gain so I could get my L3, so I can get the Fury. So now I got a whole bunch of buffs going, and now my judgment loop is about to reset. So you'll see all the judgments fall off, and they get converted into armor breaks, which just make us hit even harder, which is great. So here I'm gonna get the Vigilance again, then the Heavy for the aptitude, and then I'm going to go for a combo ending on a light, get the power gain. It's gonna push me to 2 bars of power. We're gonna drop the special 2. We're gonna cap out our judgments again. We're at 5 once again, and they're all about to fall off. Now we have the Fury, the Cruelty, and the Precision, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Start a new combo loop. We're going to end with a light attack to get pushed to another special 2. And now we're just going to drop this. And you can just see the big, fat, yellow numbers. And Winter Soldier is dead. 87 hits, I believe that was. And you can see our mediums were critting for over 20k at one point. And again, that's just straight up Cosmic Ghost Rider. No boosts, no suicides, no synergies. That's what this man's capable, and only at a rank 5, level 65 level. But now, let's make this more exciting. Let's throw on suicides. Let's throw on a synergy team. Don't have any boosts, because I don't like to show gameplay with boosts, because then that, you know, people can get the wrong idea. If I'm using boosts, I'll tell you guys. So this is just suicides. This is all of his synergies, which again, his synergies, nothing was too crazy with the synergies except for the Night Thrasher one. That's really the big one here. I recorded this like in the first couple of days when I was playing Cosmic Ghost Rider. Now I probably would have made a different team. So here at the start of the fight, you see that with that Herald synergy, I did the dash back thing. So I trigger the power gain, and you can see I get over 1.5 bars of power there, and it doesn't trigger the judgment. So now I still have the power gain. I can still activate that at any given time. So right there, activate the power gain, drop the L2, get cruelty, precision going, and you can see we're hitting hard here. So boom, that's a 19k medium, and we don't even have the Fury yet. So yeah, we're gonna be working on getting that Fury. Right there, I accidentally got hit, so I got the armor up. And what you can do with Cosmic Ghost Rider is if you're at 4 judgments, and your L3 is going to get you to 5, you can just drop the L3 and it won't push the opponent to their L3 because it's going to power lock them. It's going to be applied beforehand, which is really nice. But again, in a fight like this and in just in endgame content, you know, it's going to be really tough to play Cosmic Ghost Rider in some matchups without dexing a single time. You know, that's what I'm trying to do, and it's not easy, man. It's really not easy. But if you can time it so that right when your combo loop resets, you know, you can drop the L2 pretty quick if you're at enough power, and then you don't have to go too long without dexing. So yeah, you can see we're hitting 32k mediums right now. We're hitting ridiculously hard. Dude, it's just insane. So here we're going to trigger the aptitude before we L3 to make our Fury have more potency. We're going to drop this, and the L3 also is just super sick, man. Dude, Cosmic Ghost Rider's animations, his look, everything. I love it, and he's so good, man. Oh, this is my new favorite character. Totally, man. Like Human Torch, I love the guy. Cosmic Ghost Rider, dude, I don't know. I'm still kind of in the honeymoon phase with this champion, which happens to me sometimes. You know, a new champion comes out and I get really excited about them. But I think this guy is totally justified in it. He's so insane. I love it. So you can see the loop that we get going here, and it's working so well. Our damage output is amazing. Again, 32k mediums, 24,000 light attacks, and we're just critting so much. You can see that was like 2 combos in a row. We crit every single time. Drop a big L2 here. We're hitting the damage cap, 50k, 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 50k on a medium. Look at that, 36k on a light. Like, and again, this is only a rank 5 champion, dude. Ridiculous damage output. The damage output on this guy is ridiculous. But again, you have to be good at playing him, and you're not going to be able to set up his buffs perfectly in every matchup. And it's really, you get big windows, not big window. You get windows where you can do big damage, and outside of those big windows, you know, the damage output isn't always crazy. You know, it's all about the armor breaks, stacking them up, and that's why that Night Thrasher synergy is so good, because you can see we can really stack up a lot of those armor breaks from the Special 2, and also from the Judgments falling off. So that Night Thrasher synergy is pretty good, as you guys can see. Again, we got hit a little bit here, but we're slicing through this Star-Lord, man. The big yellow numbers are so nice there. It's amazing, dude. It's very amazing. And yeah, class advantage as well also is helping, but we got Star-Lord below 15% here. As you can see, our L3s are also hitting the damage cap at 50,000, which is great. So that's awesome. And yeah, everything's going really well so far in this fight. We've taken a little bit of damage, but that's fine. You see, I blocked the Special 2 there on purpose. You know, I can evade it, I assure you. We're just blocking it so that when I trigger my L2, we're going to go ahead and get the precision. So, you know, we get all those crits. And here, Star-Lord's low enough, I'm actually going to throw an L1. Again, like I said, I don't recommend using the L1, but just to finish the fight. And it looks cool. It does look cool. And yeah, there's Star-Lord in Labyrinth of Legends, soloed by Cosmic Ghost Rider in 232 hits. So yeah, guys, I think Cosmic Ghost Rider is absolutely insane. Number 2 in the Cosmic class, only behind Corvus. I think he's the best champion released this year. I think this dude is just so freaking awesome. I love him. I'm gonna get him. He's so much fun to just play as well. Like, I just found myself logging onto the beta, not even recording gameplay, just playing with him for fun. Like, he's so much fun to play. It's great. And also to learn his playstyle more, and so I can record better gameplay and make better videos and everything like that. But I was just having a lot of fun playing him, which was awesome. So yeah, I think this dude is just absolutely amazing. Highly recommend. Let me know what other Cosmic Ghost Rider videos you guys want to see. I'm going to have him on the beta for a while so I can keep on making more videos, and he's just so much fun to play. Also, I have one more video coming out today on Cosmic Ghost Rider in Abyss of Legends. So I already know some of you guys typing, show him in Abyss. Don't worry, I got you covered, man. We're going to take the 6-star rank 3 into the Abyss, because, you know, the Abyss is that Everest in the game currently. So, you know, I'm not going to bring a 565. We're going to bring in the 6-star rank 3 Cosmic Ghost Rider, see what he can do in the Abyss. And I'll give you guys a little teaser right now. I already soloed one champion in the Abyss with Cosmic Ghost Rider. That's going to do it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please drop a like, share around with your line chats, show everyone the power of Cosmic Ghost Rider. And that Lagacy didn't clickbait this one. He lives up to the hype.